YouTube channel. I wanted to record this video to give you my tips and tricks for the Gaia Ear Warmer tutorial. If you haven't checked that out on my channel yet, I will leave a link in the description box below. But we will do this video in slow motion to show you the slip stitches clearly and give you some tips and tricks for avoiding or fixing tucked stitches as well. First, we're going to need to crank the handle over to the indicated pin on your pattern. When you get to the pin indicated on your pattern, make sure the pin is in a halfway up position, like this. Then, take your loom pick, or in this case I'm using a cable needle, and slip that stitch up and over the pin. There should be some wiggle room, like this. Next, crank your handle to bring up the next pin, which you will slip this stitch onto. When the next needle is in the halfway up position and has dropped the previous row's completed stitch off the back, you are ready to slip that stitch onto the pin. Make sure to push it down behind the tooth and also in front so it does not get caught up when you move to the next stitch. And then continue on your pattern. Sometimes you'll have to crank back and push the pin down to remove the stitch from the pin. That's totally fine. I'd like to talk about tucked stitches. One reason the crank handle may be difficult to turn is because a stitch is in the process of being tucked. If you look at the stitch to the right of the yarn feeder guide, you will see that it is underneath the divot, so I'm just using the cable needle to pull it up. Another reason for tucked stitches could be that when you're removing this stitch and slipping it to the next pin, you are breaking through the plies of the yarn. This creates ways for the yarn to catch on the pins, so you want to make sure that when you are picking your yarn up, you're getting all of the yarn and not cutting through the yarn with your loom pick or cable needle as you go. Finally, if you come across a stitch that was tucked in the previous round, it's easy to fix. You're going to need to crank back to where you see the tucked stitch. And I'll show you that here to the left of the yarn feeder guide. And then with your loom pick or cable needle, you will find the stitch that has been tucked out of the two. One is your live stitch, one is the tucked stitch. The tucked stitch is usually at the bottom. This is the stitch that should have gone over top of the pin but didn't. We're just going to crank back here and make sure that the pins to the right of the yarn feeder guide do not drop those stitches. And then release that tucked stitch by moving it up and over the pin and ensuring the live stitch is still at the bottom of the pin. And in that way, you will relieve the tucked stitch, loosen the tension, and it will be easier to go along your pattern rows. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Happy knitting!